And more breaking news coming in. A big statement from Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan. He says the biggest lesson that the Indian Armed Forces can draw from the war in Ukraine is a focus on zero dependence on military hardware from foreign countries. He was speaking at the Raisina dialogue.
Some of the lessons could be from this particular war would be that we get to be self-reliant actually. That's the biggest lesson actually for us. So we can't be dependent on supplies of our weapon systems, etc. from outside. That's the one big lesson that we take from this particular conflict.
And I'm joined by my colleague Akash on the phone line. Akash, so a big statement coming in from the Chief of Defence Staff, and he makes it clear that being Atmanirbhar in the defence sector is crucial for India in the 21st century.
This is indeed the truth, and you see, while it is about the idea behind Atmanirbhar Bharat, so one can say that with this particular war between Russia and Ukraine, we have drawn this conclusion that India needs to be Atmanirbhar, and this is the idea behind Atmanirbhar Bharat. But this statement coming from CDS General Anil Chauhan is something big, because we have seen in the past, in fact, from the establishment itself, where Army chief or Air Force chief or Navy chief, in fact, for that matter, have mentioned it several times that yes, we are not that affected with this war, but the truth is that India is dependent on Russia. We know not only for our defense equipment, but for a number of things, and this war has somewhere affected. This dependency can be reduced, and this is what Indian government and in fact the Indian forces are trying. And this statement is somewhere giving us that thought behind the Atmanirbharta approach. We have seen in the past that how India, in fact, in the Indian forces, we are inducting several indigenous platforms, be it INS Vikrant, be it Tejas, be it Prachand. So India is on that particular path. In fact, we say that we want to achieve this complete Atmanirbharta by 2045. So this statement is big, and at this point in time, India is moving on that path where we are working for Atmanirbharta.
Absolutely. Drawing from that example of that defense differential between Ukraine and Russia, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan making that big statement saying that self-reliance in the defense sector is essential for India's security paradigm. But in an era which is looking more